Good day and welcome to Peace Talks. I feel very excited to be talking with you again today. So on today's show, we'll be continuing from where we stopped the last time. We promised you a part 2. Mr. Joy Odoba is back here for the part 2. And then I want to give you a throwback on the last video. We talked about the mindset a believer should have towards business. When running a business, basically. So we asked, should we stop at the amen in church, or should we go back home and take steps? So, and then we threw a lot of light on it. So you should watch that video if you don't watch it yet. So today we're going to be going into the part where the discipline you should have as a believer, or just anybody in business. Our youth, our generation, we are full of ideas, we're bursting with ideas, we're bursting with creativity, we're very intelligent in this generation. And so when the idea comes, boom, we hit the ground running with it. And then when we encounter challenges, we want to drop it and turn back and want to pick the next one. And that was not what happened in their generation. People like the Rockefellers, people like they didn't start and then met hurdles and then turn back. They pushed, they stayed up night, they stayed up late at night to do stuff. They didn't give up. I don't know, maybe because I think what's doing us in addition is that we have too much ideas, too much creativity. We have a backlog of stuff, so we have things people are gonna make from.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I really want you today to talk about the creativity that is burning in us, and then the patience they should have to push through anything they are doing, anything they start. You start a job, you start a business today. You can't start making $1 million this very month or in 3 months' time. Yeah. You can't expect that it to go all smooth. There will be hurdles. Yeah. You go to places, people will tell you no. You do something, they'll tell you you did it wrong, it's not nice. Like they will tell you nonsense, yeah, and you have to take it. So yeah, you can't just say you want to give up and then go and start something else. Do you understand? And then divert from there to the part where people are juggling both 9 to 5 and starting their businesses. It's an impossible thing to do, but I think people are doing it in our generation. So people are disciplined enough to do it. So please, let's start from the part of the discipline. E.g. me now, as I have a business, I have my company, and then I'm running, and then maybe I do a contract, do one job, then I deliver, and the person complains that this is happened, this is your job is not nice, I don't like the way you do it. Are you sure it's just what we're doing? And then I get all the back like, am I sure I'm on the right track? Like, I just did a very fine, I felt it was a very fine idea. The person was not okay with it. So it's now make me go back to that and start saying, are you sure I should continue this? Let me just drop this thing and pick up. This that one will be easy. This one is easier. Do you understand? And then so please throw light on this. Like, talk to address. Let's don't throw it, break their table, break their own table. So I don't look like they're attacking them.
Okay.
In a sense like that.
Okay, that's good. Thank you for having me back here.
You're welcome.
It's been quite a while. So what I will start with is the fact that most of the time there's a term we call shooting stars. We call them comets. Comets are things that you see them once in a while. It goes, you see lightning of the star, it goes and it dies off, right? And that's what we have noticed with this generation. That we are almost all shooting stars, right? Also, I'll just shed light on a few ideas before we continue. Also, there's the idea of we thinking we've done our best. There's this quote that says, if you think you've done your best, you've only done 40% of what you should have been doing, right? I can't come and rank you myself, right? Yeah, that's the generation that says, okay. Then there's this instant gratification that we're going to go into right now, that we always want it here and now. So I'll just shed more light on we thinking we've done our best. A lot of people think they've done their best. It's not in business. It's also in business, it's in family, it's in relationships and the rest. You hear people say, I did my best. No. What I think we should be asking ourselves as youths is this the best I can do in the given situation? Yeah. Am I giving it my best? Not I'm doing my best. Am I doing my best? That keeps you always asking and keeps you giving more. Now, there's this ironic statement that if you think you're doing your best, you probably are not. Seriously. most people that excel beyond boundaries always think there's more to do. If you wake up in the morning and know that there's more to do, if you're reading one verse, you should know that you can read 5 and you can read 10. Let me use the Bible since we are trying to get. And if you're reading one book, you can read 5 and 10. And if you are attending to one customer, you can attend to 1 or 10, 5 or 10. And if you hear no, you should be ready to hear 5 or 10 no's.
Guy, it's not easy.
Yeah, it's not easy. I understand it's not easy, and all of us have had the short end of the stick, especially with this generation where you hear that this guy is a billionaire, this guy is a billionaire. Before, our parents just had like 3 millionaires in the whole village. So they were like, really like.
And most of them were civil servants.
Yeah,
so everybody was just contented.
There was a level of stratification that they had to climb up. But we just hear success stories and success stories. And so we're now thinking like, how is this happening? I'm not getting this. So let's go back to discipline, right?
Okay.
Discipline, I think, I don't want to define discipline, but I'll just tell you what I think discipline is. Discipline is your ability to get things done.
Like set goals and follow
Set
through.
goals and follow.
That's impossible.
And it's as little as telling someone I'll call you back and calling the person back. It's as simple as saying I'm going to find out something. It's as simple as saying I'm going to be there at 3 o'clock. Not I'll try to be there by 3 o'clock. So these are little disciplines that go a long way into our businesses. There's that part. There's still the other part that has to do with input, the discipline of input. Right? And mostly as Christians, when they say input, we always think, input, I'm giving him my best now. I put in my money. No. But input comes from, let's start from the basic input. Input comes from tithing. That's a story for another day.
Okay.
Right? Input comes from tithing. And tithing is tied to discipline. Most of the time, you think, you know what, I'll pay my tithe this month, the next month, right? God understands now, right? That's discipline in the whole. God doesn't understand.
True.
God won't understand, right?
Right
so that when you go into a business and say, I will save 50% of my revenue in this business, if you're a good tither, you will do it.
So you're trying to say discipline, basically, starts from the little things like giving 10%. Little things like keeping to time.
Thank you.
Little things like saying I'll be there, I'll get
And
back to you, and
to
you
your
get
words. Yeah, if you can keep these simple things, we don't need a whole talk about discipline. What's the other thing you wanted me to talk about?
The part where people are dealing with 9 to 5,
okay,
and then still starting their own business on the side.
Yeah. Okay, 9 to 5, starting a business on your side is something I recommend for everybody. Let me tell you why. If you're doing a job for a job's sake, which most of us are doing right now, you really need something to get your creativity into work. You might be working in a creative space, that's good. But there's something that has to do with you birthing something and following it through. It still goes back to discipline. So let's say you want to balance 9 to 5 with your own side hustle. Right? If you have to do that, you should know that you have less time sleeping, more time studying, and believe me, you spend more time doing serious things than other people. Most times we compare our lives with our colleagues that are not doing 9 to 5. My colleague that is not doing 9 to 5 go home and say, for me that is having another business.
That's the dream, guy.
That's
the dream. I want to pick up the money and own my time.
And all your time, but
I don't rush anywhere.
Your time while starting. That's the thing, you have to sacrifice your time. You just have to sacrifice. That comes back to discipline. And saying, I'm going to start this by this and that. If you cannot be disciplined enough to know that I'm starting a side hustle and this side hustle will take the next 6 months. And in those 6 months, I'll make sure I deliver on everything I say. You'll be surprised when you think you are relaxing or when you think you are working, people see you as relaxing. Go 3 years after. You don't have to wake up in the middle of the night. You don't have to call clients. Your sales are already. Then you can live the life. And you won't even know you are living the life. Let me tell you why. Because you will be aiming for something bigger. You know one thing with all these big pastors that you know, I'm calling them big but popular, I don't know, for lack of a better word, they are always going after something else.
I noticed.
Yeah, they are always, there's no time that they say, oh, wow, you know what, yeah, we have hit our 50,000 members, you know what, let's just sit down. No, they're like, okay, we're now at 50,000, let's go to 100. What you see as resting is on people's next step. So we have to put all that together.
There is no benchmark, bro. There's no you can't there's no actually content. What's the word to use?
You can't be contented. You are being yeah. You can't be satisfied. Let me use satisfied. You cannot be satisfied with what you're doing.
Because today's success, tomorrow's
today's
excellence,
it's tomorrow's
somebody else will
pushes you up there. So but it goes down, to put it in one word or one sentence, sorry, it goes down to you deciding. A lot of people don't decide. Even when they walk up to the altar and say, I give my life to Christ, they don't decide.
See, this I want you to explain this part where people want to be CEOs to own their own businesses.
Yeah.
But they're doing 9 to 5 and they're doing it lackadaisically.
Thank you. And that's what a lot of us do. You know what? Your boss calls you on Saturday, you're like, no, it's Saturday, my job finished at Friday, 5 p.m. So I cannot even send you this report. No. That means if you get a business and somebody's working for you, you want that person to put in their blood and sweat. And you can't even do yours, right?
I feel like that is a seed.
Right?
So if
you have to be able to give what you want. It might not be in the same measure, but what God does is, if you can handle this, then I can give you this.
Trust you more.
Yes,
exactly.
that's basically God. But we really don't know. We set the measure for God. Most of the time, we set the measure for God. We say, I've given you my best in this office. No, it's not God that says you're giving your best. You thought you measured what you gave your employer and expect that God should bless you from that. But no, give grudgingly is almost the same. Give cheerfully, there's still that part of the story. So if you're ready to excel in business, which will be easy, you have to be able to give in your blood and sweat. And why I'm saying blood and sweat is this: for your business to thrive, especially in the environment we are, you have to do more than what other first world countries are doing, or first world states are doing. So you need people dedicated above the quarter of average for you to excel. If not, the normal small-scale business doesn't last more than 3 years. That's it.
So every business that starts now, is running now.
Yeah.
You have to wait.
There's a 70% chance they'll fizzle out in the next 3 years. For you to cross that 3 years mark, you have to do something exceptional. Trust me.
Okay.
So starting your business now, you know how far back you are. And I tell people, think in 5 years. Think in 5 years. It helps you plan better. So if you cannot cross the 3 years mark, you can't. And if you're still your employee in 3 years' time, you should just close down the business.
As in, if you're still the CEO and employee alone, in 3 years' time,
you should close down the business.
Wow.
Let me tell you why, before we go. In 3 years' time, you have more responsibilities: family, personal life, health, wellness, dreams. And if somebody else cannot push in your dream to the next level, that means you're not even really a good leader. Let's start from there. You're not really a good leader. As a leader, you're supposed to, it's your job to channel the people that work with you towards your goal. And eventually, they're supposed to ride it and use it and make more decisions. So think of your business in 5 years' time. Do you want to be the only person you call? And you are working for someone else because someone thought, I cannot do the job you're doing because I've gone past that level.
True.
So the only reason you are working for someone is because someone thought it wise to employ more people to carry their weight. So you should also think that in your business. Yeah. See, today I was really calm about it.
No, really. No, but you shoot tables, okay? Now, you shoot tables.
No, but yeah, that's pretty much.
But really, you said a lot of things in a very
Yeah.
short time. Like
Yeah.
a lot of things. You touched on all the parts of the CEOs, coming up CEOs in 9 to 5,
Yeah.
and then people who hit the ground running and want to turn back after a few years.
Yeah. You should really not see yourself as a shooting star or a command.
How should we say ourselves?
See yourself as a galaxy. You should create systems. I'm using solar systems.
You should go
for
up
the
there and
systems
stay.
I did. Yeah. You know, the galaxy has a lot of things going with it. There's Milky Way, the planet, so there are lots of machinery to it. A shooting star is just a shooting star that goes bright and dies off. And 60 to 70% of we young people are shooting stars.
Actually.
They are shooting stars.
But how you're full of creativity, we're full of ideas, we're full of
yes,
energy.
we are full of energy until our first obstacle. and the second, and the third, and the fourth. So the energy level dies down instead of increases. You know, when you hear no these days, you are thinking, man, this is a very terrible idea. You might still go for the next client, but you're thinking, what should I do about my idea? But if you hear no and you have the guts to ask, why are you telling me no? Most people don't ask. Why are you telling me no? And also have that humility to say,
what can I do wrong?
Yeah,
can I do better?
You'll be shocked how far that will take you. You'll be shocked how far that will take you. And we'll just talk about that in another day, about businesses and how you should approach your first client. Your first client is your hardest. I don't know if I said that the last time. Your first client is your hardest, the second gets easier down the line. So you should know that if you pass the first obstacle, you are at a good, but there's a huge chance that you might not even pass the fifth client until you make a conscious decision to progress in a certain way and not accept no as an answer. Also, I advise young people, this might be out of scope, to get mentors, right? Yeah, get mentors. Yeah, you should always, and mentor doesn't have to be a physical person in front of you. It's very good. I was helped with physical mentors, but I also have literature mentors in books and audios and these are people that I watch religiously. And I also have people that I told them, I went straight and said, I want you to mentor me. You'll be shocked what that will do. People go out of their way if you go to them and tell them to mentor you. Seriously.
Because I noticed that very rich men and CEOs nowadays, they don't see themselves as so much. They know that they are working hard, they're not there yet. So when they see a young person coming to them and say, you should mentor me, they're like,
you know what?
I don't reach like that.
So let me pour all I have into this guy or this girl, and it goes a long way. But you have to really swallow your pride and say, these are the qualities I like, these are the qualities I like, and I want a mentor. But you should always have a mentor that you don't see and a mentor that you see. But for we young people, try to get a mentor you don't see. Try to think like the person. Use YouTube for the best.
Sure. All those free data, all those nights free data. Use it to really watch.
I know it's really hard. Let me instantiate the story before we go. I told you the other time when we met outside of this. I told myself, you know what? I've been too busy. I have to go back to reading, and I was like, okay, right, good. 2 hours every day. I have to read, and best time to read is 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. Everybody's asleep. First week, I put an alarm to force myself, to show that I might be saying all these things about this girl and I still struggle, right? First week, I was like, it's you that said this for yourself. Seriously, it's like that.
But I was going to ask you now. I was going to ask you the continuation of the book because you were reading it.
Yeah, but I finished the book, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I finished the book. The book went in a second, but that's not for this stuff now.
Sorry.
Sorry. You know, that's not for this stuff. But yeah, I finished the book, but what I'm trying to point out is I struggle too with something I tell people to do.
So in other words, even the CEOs up there,
they struggle. Everybody struggles, right? Bill Gates struggles, right? Is that just died recently? You'll be shocked what he was saying about the dad, and he wrote in the eulogy that his father is the real Bill Gates. It's not even him. We were looking like, oh, Bill Gates, if he sent me to go and buy coke or something, I'll buy a house and stuff. So it's that everybody struggles, but the people that actually go through it, and it sounds cliche, but it's true. You just have to get past the hardest part. And it gets easy. It really gets easy.
Yeah, they said it gets easier. It doesn't get, what's the word they said? It doesn't get fun, it gets easier. I've forgotten how they put it. See, I forgot to know what.
Yeah, so and there's something that I came across recently as a way to end this.
You said it.
Yeah, I'm saying it like the time, right? Yeah, there are 3 things when starting your brand. You have to aim to build trust.
With your customer, with your client.
Yeah, with your client about your product or whatever service. You have to build trust. And the trust has to be with delivery, you have to keep to your words. You have to build trust for your product, you have to build trust for yourself as a person. You have to walk in and tell someone you will do something, and the person trusts that you are not just desperate for money. You want to really help. And you have to build trust for your company, your brand. So brand and product are 2 different things, right? They are efforts. One is let's say brand of Nike, right? That kind of thing. Yeah, Jordans, and they have different products. So there's a brand, Jordan, right? Or there's, let me use Nike.
Okay.
And there's a brand, there's a product. You have to build trust for your brand, yourself, your product. If you cannot push that trust to someone else, you will spend a lot of time trying to make your first client. So try to build trust.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you for coming again to my show.
Yeah, thank you.
It's always nice. It's always a good time. I'm trying to end the show for a while now, but I just kept on asking. I had more questions, keep asking. So we're done actually. No more final.
We're done. So yeah, and you know all these things and these talk shows and what I put up and how I discuss with my friends, I can, with all seriousness between me and God right now, a friend of mine just called me. Not up to meet people. I told her that she has X amount of money, she doesn't know what to use it for.
And they want you to invest in you. See, this life is see, I don't want to say no balance, but
it's balance, as a matter of fact, and there are seasons for this.
Sure.
Right?
Based on trust.
Yeah, based on trust. So if you build enough trust, and it's not about what status or what you post on your no. It's the conversations you have with people and the conversations you have with yourself and the results, right?
True.
If I meet you and we talk about someone else for 20 minutes, you can be rest assured I will not meet you again. Ever. Right, yes.
You don't like gossips.
I don't like gossips. And I'm so bad at it that I will call the person. Oh, gossip someone to me. I'm surprised you. I will surprise you. It's so bad that I could not keep a secret until recently. My friends were like, to organize this surprise party for somebody, you will not even just keep quiet for like 24 hours. I'll just come and tell you that, you know what, we are organizing a surprise party for you. So, and I try to train myself. No, I try to train myself to make sure I am not a soil for gossip. If you really want to gossip, then it's not me.
I get your discipline. That's your way to check yourself.
To check myself, that says, okay, somebody shouldn't be as comfortable as possible to come and talk to me bad about someone else and think you just get away from it.
Yeah.
Then the flip side of that is anything say about me, I just take it like that. I don't explain myself.
Amazing. Well, your mindset, I don't know how to explain it, but it's amazing though. I just can't understand. I can't get there yet. But then getting there. But with discipline though, one day.
Okay, yeah.
So thank you so much, Joey, for coming.
Yeah.
Grateful.
Yeah.
I don't want to promise people a part 3. Let's just
no, you can't promise them a part 3. What can promise them is bringing someone else. So that we just
somebody else.
Things.
I'll bring another CEO next time.
Yeah, I'd like to hear from another CEO.
What their thoughts, right?
Yeah, their thoughts, right?
Okay,
I'd like to be controversial.
You want to?
I'm just kidding.
You want to recommend somebody?
Not at this time, no.
Okay.
Off record.
Alright, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Joey, thank you for coming.
Alright.
I'll see you guys next time. I hope you learned a lot. Please leave comments down below. You can subscribe to my channel. And please comment. I want to hear your thoughts about what you think about Joey, about his mindset, about his thought pattern. Tell me he's wrong. Tell me he's not okay. Tell me he's right or something like that.
Yeah, I would like to hear that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Have a good one.
Bye.